What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Okay, we're now day 2 since the Social Security Fairness Act was signed off by the president, and we do have some information from the Social Security website. And so I'm going to read that to you guys today, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we can anticipate in the future when it comes to the Social Security Fairness Act, or when it comes to the elimination of weapon GPO. We at least know that the Social Security Administration is going to start moving on this, and they'll let us know a little bit more information in the information that they provided to us. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so first thing that you should do, if you haven't done this already, is sign up for My Social Security. So if you go to the Social Security website, ssa.gov, you can sign up for an account. And once you've signed up for an account, then you'll be getting this information as well. And so I encourage you to do that. Plus, you can also, there are resources there. You can also look up credits. You can also look into Medicare, things like that. So there's a lot of resources on the website. And so if you haven't signed up for My Social Security, I would highly encourage doing that. If you have questions and you call on the phone, you might be waiting 30 minutes just to get someone to respond to you. So it's a lot easier to go to this website and pull up the information, do your own search, pull up the information, as opposed to calling them. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take a look at the information that they provided. You see here the date, January 6th, and so that was yesterday, or I don't know exactly when I'm posting this video, either yesterday or 2 days prior. But nonetheless, the Social Security Fairness Act, H.R. 82, concerning the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset, was signed into law on January 5th, 2025. Upon implementation, the Social Security Fairness Act eliminates reduction of the Social Security benefits while entitled to public pensions from work not covered by Social Security. The Social Security Administration is evaluating how to implement the act. So they're evaluating right now. They have to figure out how they're going to do these recalculations and everything. We will provide more information as soon as available. Okay, so that was the information that the Social Security Administration has provided. Not much when it comes to detail, but they are at least trying to figure out how they're going to do the calculations. And you have to think, this is going to be a pretty big ordeal. If we're talking about almost 3 million people, that means they're going to have to recalculate all of those benefits, and then they're going to have to figure out how to send send payments out and everything. I would think they're just going to send it through the regular chain. You receive your Social Security benefits through direct deposit. I'm sure they're probably going to send it that way. But there are going to be some people I'm sure there's some people that are still receiving checks when it comes to Social Security benefits, so they might have to make adjustments when it comes to that. They did indicate, and I can't remember, there was a post where they were asking for if you don't have updated information, you need to update the Social Security website, or update the Social Security Administration with the information so they know where to send funds, because we're looking at retroactive. And we talked about this before. Someone asked this question. When it comes to retroactive, yes, it goes back to January of 2024, so it'll be 1 year. And so at the time when the Social Security Administration has everything figured out, they're going to send out a lump sum check. And so you want to keep your eye out for that. Now, I don't even know. I was kind of saying maybe 2 months it'll take. I don't know. So I'm not going to say that, because 2 months can go by and then we're all looking at each other and people will look at me and say, well, you said. So we don't really know the time frame. We're dealing with government here, and so they can take a very long time to move on things. And as I stated, as far as the transition, that might hinder this whole process. And so that's something that we're just going to have to kind of be patient, at least right now, be patient and hope that they will start moving to calculations and all of that, and then sending that information out, letting us know, being transparent. I think that's going to be the key here. As long as they're transparent and letting people know, okay, look, at this point right now, we're recalculating. We'll be sending out letters and give us some dates, future dates and stuff. I think most people will be okay with that. But hopefully we don't want to be in this situation a year from now, looking at this and saying, wow, they haven't sent anything out yet, even though it's retroactive. And so they will. Let's say it's 6 months down the road and nothing has happened. It's still going to be retroactive. So there will be a large check going out that won't be just for 1 year. It'll be for a year and 6 months if that's the situation. But still, hopefully they'll be transparent and let us know exactly this whole process and how long it's going to take, and give us some of these different deadline dates that they're focused on. So that's where we are right now. Now, I did want to address a few questions, so we'll go ahead and pop a few questions up and we'll talk about them. And the first comment is from Richard, and Richard says, everybody on Social Security needs an increase, not just the rich. Now, I would agree with you. When it comes to Social Security benefits, I think everyone does deserve an increase. And you've had politicians talking about this for a very, very long time, talking about an increase across the board for people receiving Social Security benefits. So I would agree with you when it comes to that. However, what I disagree with is the fact that this HR 82, this is not going to the wealthy. This is going to the working class, the middle class. You know, these are people who worked in state and local governments. That's who this is going to. Postal employees, so federal government as well. And so this is not some big favor that's going out to the wealthy people. This is going to people who are struggling. And I keep going back. I showed a video, and if you didn't watch this video, it was a couple weeks ago. I'll post a link in this video at the very end so you can take a look at it. But there was a lady that was a school principal. And she worked as a school principal. I can't remember how many years. Let's just say 20 to 30 years. And she retired, and her husband retired. But because she earned a pension as a teacher, she now does not qualify for any of the survivor benefits. And so she's working. She's working at, I think, like a Dollar Tree or something like that, because she can no longer afford her expenses. Because you have to think of it like this. If you're receiving a pension, in her situation, she's receiving a pension. When her husband was still alive, he was receiving Social Security, so they were doing okay. But when he passed away, that took that Social Security, took that money from the household, and now, since she doesn't qualify for survivor benefits, she's struggling. And so just because this is going to government employees doesn't mean that these people are rich. It just doesn't. So I just wanted to make that correction. Okay, next question. How do you know if you qualify? Can anyone answer this question? Okay, so I've done extensive videos on weapon GPO, who qualifies, who doesn't. So just a couple of days ago, I did a video, so I'll post a link to that video so you can check it out. But basically, if you're earning a pension, then you might qualify. Not everyone earning a pension qualifies, but if you are earning a pension, you might qualify for this increase. So that's something that you're going to need to look into more. But I've kind of laid it out. If you paid only into a pension and you didn't pay into Social Security, then you're probably a group that could qualify. So you have to, as I stated, you're going to have to do a little bit of research on your end. And a lot of people already know that they qualify because they were getting reduced benefits, and they knew that they were getting reduced benefits. Okay, next comment here says, it also includes clerks, maintenance workers, etc. It is not just policemen and firemen. Every pension is not huge, and the deduction is still taken. This will help all levels. I agree 100%. And I've made the mistake, and I know a lot of people out there say different things, police officers, firefighters, teachers. That's kind of the go-to. But this does impact people who work for local and state government. They're all earning pensions. And I shouldn't say they all. Some people working for local and state government earn pensions. Some people working for the federal government earn pensions. So it just depends. But it does go all the way down the line. Okay, when I was working in law enforcement, yes, I was earning a pension, but the support staff, they were also earning pensions. And so you have a large group of people that qualify for these benefits. Now, we know why politicians say teachers, law enforcement, and fire. We know that. We know why they use that term, because it just, for them, it looks like, look, we're supporting these first responders and we're supporting teachers. But the reality is it does impact a lot of people. Okay, the last question here says, whose Social Security will be cut? Okay, so I don't know exactly what you're referring to when you say whose Social Security benefits will be cut, but as of right now, no Social Security benefits are going to be cut. But we are moving into a new administration, and we do have some talk from certain politicians that they want to make changes to Social Security. Some of those changes could be good. They could expand Social Security. Some of those changes could be bad. They could cut Social Security. They could raise the full retirement age. So we're just going to have to see where this goes. But as of right now, nothing is going to be cut. The passing of the Social Security Fairness Act does provide an increase for some people receiving Social Security benefits. It also does expedite the depletion of the trust fund by about 6 months. That's the only thing that we know as of right now. There's no current movement from Congress right now to cut Social Security. They're talking about it, but they haven't moved forward. There are no proposals that are out there right now that are going through Congress to cut Social Security. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you guys have any questions, put it down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.